Good night, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Element Squad Scrims right here on the Element Spellbreak channel. I'm here, Man of Class, today here with OSK. And behind the scenes, we also got some lovely people. You have Strofo and Docta not helping us out with the observing and production to make sure that you can actually catch all the action, that we're not just talking about it. So, yeah, OSK. It's been a hectic week. We of course had the first weekend again, first 2021 qualifiers for trios and for solos. It's been a good one.
Yeah, it's been a very, very good one. We've had quite a bit of action on really on every cylinder. I mean, you were talking about solos and trios, saw some great results out of that. And yeah, I think some of these players are just really waking up to some of the competition. And, it's going to make these finals really, really exciting.
Dropping into this one, Megaverse obviously gets away straight away, gets the triple on the Brimer AMV and Monty's Worlds. That's an actual squad elimination straight away. And yeah, they're just gonna go back to looting straight away. Don't actually have to worry about anything because they just took out a squad already. There can't be that many more in the vicinity, you would think. As we go straight over to UT fighting in the Halcyon area.
Yeah, big action coming up from G3 very early on. It's actually all Megaverse. So he's definitely, if solos this past weekend wasn't enough for him to put his name out there, I mean, surely that triple exile will do it, right? And now we have a bit of action for T-Foul right here, actually getting caught out in the early parts of the game. He swapped classes off the Stone Shaper. So far, it's not really working out too well for him. This is Death going to be taking out T-Foul, and this might be Elpa to follow up. He's going to have to completely flee. This might be T-Foul just getting completely thirsted, and that is the case. T-Foul already going to go down, untiered, down one member, and it might be two. Looks like Death is looking to bring Death to Kamsky, and that's going to be the case as well. Just Elpa Dog remaining on this particular squad. We'll see how the placement plays out, but man, that is a big blow early on. But this is a very, very good pickup by team next to Lino, and we're going to see just how they carry this momentum going forward. But meanwhile, we're going to jump on over to SK. They're not slowing down the aggressions. There's already one exile, but they're going to lose one member to G3 Chaos as well. So it will be Chaos and Megaverse versus Darkbreakers and Matches. And it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top. Who's going to have the better team coordination here? Megaverse, of course, probably the top solo player on this particular fight. But Darkbreaker is going to really make him go for a run for his money, and that's going to be Darkbreakers getting a nice double kill along with Matches. So it will be Team SK over Team G3 in game number 3.
See, No Ace now lining up for one of those frost shots that they're also super known for. It's not hitting quite yet, but it's only a matter of time when you put No Ace on the job. They will get it done more than half of the time. Not this time around, though. It's they're just saving up the 100% success rate charges for later on. Just miss now so you don't miss later. Guess
That's
that's
when
a
he
fair
really needs
point.
it.
Yeah, just it's a fair point, right? It's one of those, but we'll see if it's going to be continuing. Well, it's another miss right there. Almost want to start a counter, but let's not do
Hey,
that. No Ace finally hits a shot after the player barely gets the flash freeze off. Doesn't quite get it off correctly though, so it was still a shot that went through. And you see No Ace just trusting his teammate, trusting you're going to be able to finish that. I'll be the link between the two other players on my squad. One chasing down, one squad, one chasing down the other, and then it's just No Ace in the middle with the Frost offhand. Try and maybe hit some shots and support from an angle. Plus, it's got the thirsty, so he can help the other shield.
yeah, and it's really nice whenever you have a team like this that can trust it. Oh, very nice double exile coming out from No Ace there onto Next and Death. This will just be Borsellino left. He's already going to start the thirst. This is a great move to bring out the last member if he is going to go for it, but it looks like he won't be following up. This will just be Borsellino trying to flee for his life, but it'll be Primo picking up the last exile. So No Ace very quickly redeeming himself and getting a very nice pickup on the team next to Lino. That'll be the quick elimination. Unfortunately, no final finishes for them in game number 3. We'll see if they change their tune in the last 3 games after the halftime break. But for right now, World Tier, it's all about them. Knack 3000 with 4 exiles, the rest of his team with even more. And this is very nice movement coming out from Knack 3000. Unfortunately, we're going to see Primo get completely... I can't tell if that says disconnected or if it's just a full-on exile. Unfortunately, it does seem that it is a full disconnect. So he won't be going down to any hand by any player. It will just be the Wi-Fi connection. So This will be Team World Tier, down one member. But Knack 3000 and No Ways, definitely good individual solo players and a lot of coordination, as we saw earlier, between the two of them. So hopefully they'll be able to make up for that lost team member. And we're going to see Team SK kind of in the same position as them, kind of in the same sort of scenario. They're still trying to flee into the zone right here. Darkbreaker's going to lay down a nice flame wall for his teammate of Majin to get that Firefly off. And we have the fight coming out just straight on from Darkbreakers. This is a build that he likes to run quite frequently. It's not his characteristic wind offhand that we normally see him run, but that fire still packs quite a bit of DPS. If he's comfortable using it, I mean, why not? Now we're going to see Team CL, a very, very dominant position on this tower right here. No need to really change from this area. But we also see Solar Bear, I mean, very, very well pushed up, very separated from the rest of his team. If there's any good team out here that has any good team coordination that can call out Solar Bear, I mean, he's going to be in a world of hurt. But for right now, we're just seeing what looks like just a meteor shower from Team CL. Just really, how I don't know how they're hitting these shots, but it's quite a thing to behold. I've seen some fireworks today, man, at class.
Yeah, you really are. And of course, because they're in such a high, secure position, they can kind of do whatever they want. They choose to eventually start engaging, maybe pick up some loot, get closer. CL is just on fire tonight. Let's see what else they can do. They're trying to find the rest of their opponents, really. I mean, it's a fairly small circle. There's only 14 of them left, so there's definitely a lot of room for I wouldn't say for error. There's a lot of room for open for interpretation, hiding. See if it is. Yeah, again, we'll see if they eventually change it, if they're gonna get on top of that one. But for now, they are engaging in one of those with one of those teams that can be construed as an enemy, and they do indeed find some purchase. Brandon the Bagel is taken out by Miba, and now we see Cozy looking for something. They're looking for the info on the next well, really the next presentation that's supposed to be coming out. Will Cozy be able to hit these shots? Does look like it. The flame walls are really blocking this right now.
Yeah, I will say though, it's a better hit percentage than we saw from No Ace earlier. So maybe we'll get a little bit lucky with our hit percentage. CL looking and scanning for any sort of target he can hit. These opponents are doing a very, very good job of staying behind this sort of hilly area, just like Cozy is doing himself. There's a lot of cover in this particular part of the map, and it's going to make it very, very hard for a Frost user. That's going to be putting Solar Bear and Cozy at a bit of disadvantage, but hopefully they'll be able to make that up. We'll have to see just how this fight unfolds, but for right now, taking it rather slow. Still trying to ping out their opponents, but that zone is going to be closing in. They're going to have to change this position very quickly. This is Team SK just taking up a completely dominant position, as we can see. And now, look, taking up this tower right here, slightly outside the zone, but plenty of coverage here. Darkbreaker's going to almost find himself outside the zone, but two boulders are going to be coming in. That's a hit on one, and now this might be a big opportunity for them to open this thing wide up. We're going to be seeing if they're going to make that adjustment, though. It looks like they are taking it just a little bit slow. We're going to see a little bit of action from Matches in the kill feed there, taking out South Side Sandy. But Solar Bear is actually going to pick up a nice pick onto Delicious Wet Fish. This is 4 squads of some kind in this final circle, and this might be a good opportunity for Darkbreakers to open this thing up, because he does have the flight room, and what is he? He's a Stone Shaper, and they usually pack 2 boulders in hand, so we're going to see if that's going to be coming out. Here's the flight coming up. Hopefully we'll get a boulder coming up here very soon. As soon as that flight recharges, you better be looking for some meteors.
Well, meteors are definitely already coming in. There's the boulder charge, and another boulder fall that comes in, and Darkbreakers is just looking at this other team like, better get close? Well, no, because we got the slight high ground advantage, or we're just on top of the tower, so we'll be able to always shoot at you before you shoot at us. You can see Darkbreakers looking for it. It's definitely a good position, but you're not going to be fooling Darkbreakers that way, because he just goes into the air and explodes you with some nice combo potential right there. To go straight over to Miba, throws out a fire tornado that immediately blows up the top of the toxic cloud. And that is where well, there's the advantage that's going to be taken off it.
Oh my goodness!
There was only one more team left, and they immediately fall as well. That's another victory right here. So far they're still looking, but like you said, we got some got that new squad here in the in the lobby, which is super nice to see. G3 though, looking for more targets. There's Chaos already charging up in Icelands, trying to get someone at far range. Not a shot that you'll often hit. If you hit it, it just looks really cool, but it's almost impossible to hit those deliberately, consistently. But does mean that they know where there's at least some opponents to go for. I see the ping coming out straight away from Chaos, wants to go on there. The rest of the team just immediately following them as well. The Pyromancer leading the charge. It's a good start, but still not really sure where they have gone. Can they get on top of them? Maybe not, but they are rotating in a very intelligent way, making sure they can cut off their escapes, making sure they lock them in that northern part of the map so that they really have nowhere to go. And that's just, again, it's just smart thinking. And they found them, and I think this other team is very far spread out, so that means that G3 gets a very good opportunity to pounce on player after player instead of doing them all together and splitting it up in duels. But there's actually a huge fight going on there on the side. One team chasing another, might even be a third team going in there, and G3 coming in as the third or maybe even the fourth party, trying to get the abilities in there. Ice Lance's boulders are fallen, and Chaos is looking for this angle, looking for a shot, but it doesn't really find anything just yet. We're going to wait for it. At some point, Chaos is going to hit something, and we're going to all be super amazed by it. But for now, it's all waiting until they can see what happens with this one. As there's another squad coming out here. I mean, you said it. It's a relatively northern heavy zone, but it looks like also a fair few teams either dropped in or around the Dust Pool holds.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we saw Chaos almost team kill Megaverse there on the Flame while very, very close to doing so. Looks like Megaverse is going to get away with his life, though, and is going to get a very good opportunity to get some benefit off that thirsty talent that we see so many players run, Chaos included. And now looks like we have a bit of an engagement going on right here, a bit of a collapse of position. Nice shot from Chaos, though. Going to land that one for a nice little 63. Oh, just a little bit of that fracture, a little bit of that fissure gonna block the damage coming out from Chaos right here, but a good job getting him low for the rest of his teammate. That's gonna be Cam picking up a kill onto Gigabyte, and this is gonna be this is an opportunity for Chaos to prove himself. You know, there's 73. That's exactly what we want to see. Now we just need 3 more like that, and they'll have the complete advantage over here. It's also level going down, so this will just be Buddha Freestyle left here in this particular squad. Chaos is on the hunt, though. He's playing heavy frontline, looking, searching for any signs of life. And looks like Megaverse might have picked him up right here. It looks like Megaverse might have called out the position, but that also looks like they have 2 squad members now, so that might have been a res coming up. It's actually a full res onto the rest of his team. Very nicely done by Buddha Freestyle, but is going to get immediately answered by another disruption onto Lovell. So this is a very back and forth situation right here. Megaverse constantly getting low, but not getting disrupted. That's something that needs to change in this for Team Pepega Dragon Pog Cannon. So we'll see if that's going to be the case here. We see some Chronomaster coming out a little bit here. Unfortunately, not going to get very much benefit off of that particular usage. But you can see the strats here. The Spellslinger, this is the Chronomaster cancel build. As soon as he realizes that Chronomaster isn't going to really do anything for him, he switches off the Spring Step, cancels the animation, and then cancels the rewind. So very interesting build, one that I haven't seen a whole lot of, but it will still work out just the same. Meanwhile, we're going to see Megaverse just pelt down E. Clark. That's going to be the end of him. Meanwhile, plenty of action going on in the kill feed right at the same time. We see Untiered going to take out what looks like Team Nexalino along with Altrix, and I do believe that they will be in a bit of an engagement with Team Indefiable, who took out World Tier earlier on.
Yeah, and that team was obviously, like, we haven't really seen much of them before, but they are coming in with a vengeance straight away. It just goes to show that even though this game has been out for a while and we kind of have this feeling of, oh yeah, we kind of know which teams are the best, which players are the best at this game, there's always surprises. There's still players that can rise up. Now we see Untiered going straight ahead into another engagement on the edge of this zone. Actually, they just finished one. Don't get me wrong, it's looting up wherever they need, but their belt's looking pretty good. The equipment is looking good. The guns are looking good. They don't really have much to complain about right now. As we see Kamsky with this wonderful outfit, the cape, the hats, nice classical wizard outfit, as you like to see it. And we'll see if Kamsky can actually hit some shots here. He's running this Tempest build with the Toxic in the offhand. and can straight away show you what they can do with it. The slaps midair, whether it's the wind shears or the toxic sprays, they're just hitting hard on whoever gets too close to Kamsky. Right now, though, this mobility is what is most surprising. Got the dash rune as well as, of course, the general Tempest mobility, and is using it so fluidly. It's almost impossible to keep track of where Kamsky's actually gonna go. Can move in any direction at any point in time, and that's the hallmark of a great player. Being able to
Yeah.
never predict where this player is going. That's what you would love to see.
You make a good point there. And Kamsky, like I was saying earlier, along with Team Untiered, they're very, very experimental in these scrims. You can see it looks like they've been running a different team comp literally every single match. Of course, we have Elpa and Stone Shaper first, or for game 3, rather, it was T-Foul and Stone Shaper. Now they've completely switched off, and Kamsky, I don't remember him playing Tempest at all, but he's picking it up now and taking a lot of damage for his troubles too. Gonna have to get a quick reset off, but no thirsty talent, so this will be a big investment of time going to go towards his recovery. We'll see if his teammate is going to be close enough to sort of help him out with that regeneration, but Elpa is going to get blown up by Gigabyte. Holy moly, that's a full health bar and a little bit of shield just absolutely eviscerated. Elpa Dog going to be hanging out in the ravine down here, and this is going to be nice bait from Team Pepega Dragon Paw Cannon, looking for any opportunity to take out Untiered. Uncharacteristically under a lot of pressure here as Team Untiered. Now we see T-Foul actually going to be taken out again, and that's going to be matches in the kill feed, taking out yet another squad. But in the meantime, it's just Untiered. Now Kamsky is no stranger to these situations. He actually pulled a big one out here in game number, I believe it was game number 1 or game number 2, actually put out a nice clutch against Team World Tier. But we're going to see if he can make a repeat here. This is going to be a very, very tough thing to do. We have Team Pepega Dragon Pod Cannon, full health, all 3 members, along with all the third parties in the world. Keep an eye on that kill feed, because Kamsky might be in some big trouble, and this might be him right here. Gigabyte has him in his sights. Hard to dodge the wind spam, especially when it's coming from Gigabyte, and we'll see if he can capitalize on this position.
It looks like it. It looks like they also lose track of the player a little bit, which is not surprising. I mean, you do play against someone who has such mobility and skill at the game that they can probably get away from anybody. And of course, they don't need to take out that last player. They've already hurt the team enough. And both Elpadog and T-Foul are already out of the game, so it's just Kamsky. And as clutch as Kamsky can be, when there's 12 players in this lobby, you're not too worried about one player.
Yeah, you know, that's a good point too, but still want to keep an eye on that kill feed here. You want to see, because I don't know if T-Foul is actually all the way out. It looks like Elpadog is, but T-Foul might actually be getting picked up. We'll have to check that here in just a second, but for right now, it's just going to be 2 members of G3 right here. Megaverse and looks like Cam sucks. Looks like Chaos is actually down. Looks like Megaverse going for the quick revive. That's 20 seconds before that final circle hits, and that's going to be a very, very wild one. 10 members are still up, so you got to be thinking here, this might be 3 squads and 1 member, and that might just be Kamsky left on Team Untiered that we're looking at for that 1 remaining member. So this is going to be a very, very tough order for Team Untiered, but in the meantime, we have Team G3 really looking to take their first game, and we're going to see if they can capitalize on this sort of situation. It's going to be very, very big ask up against Team Pepega Dragon Paw Cannon. And we're going to see how it plays out. So far, we have Megaverse just slamming the ground in frustration, trying to get all the way back to his teammate right here. Very difficult position to defend, actually. Very, very small rock, and Combust is a menace in this particular meta. So got to be very, very careful. Right now, going to get CC'd and ignited by this Flame Tornado, recently buffed by the Chapter 1 patch notes. And it is just doing some damage. Cam sucks. Actually going to go down to Meba. This might be Colt Levin raining on G3's parade. Megaverse, though, has a nice shot coming out from his Shockwave. And now has to reset, though. Chaos, very, very low. He might be next on the menu. And, ooh, Boulder coming out against Megaverse. It's going to be Chaos going down to, looks like himself. Solar Bear picking up the final exile onto Kamsky, so Untiered is out. So it will be Team CL, Team G3, and I do believe Mega Dragon Pod Cannon. Very, very difficult zone for Megaverse, though. Going to get absolutely destroyed by Solar Bear. CL is out here with a vengeance, full health, full shield, and they might just take away this game.
They did find the other team here on the low ground. Let's see if they can finish it out. Well, there's out. They can. That's CL taking another W here in the 11 scrims. Game 4 done and dusted. And what an ending there. I mean, they just walked in, hit a few ice lances, and just slapped them until they didn't get up anymore.